Commensurate as adjective. It can also refer to something that is in agreement or harmony with something else. It implies that something is suitable, proportionate, or adequate to something else. The salary offered was not commensurate with his experience and qualifications. The punishment should be commensurate with the severity of the crime committed. Our efforts should be commensurate with the magnitude of the problem. The level of investment in this project should be commensurate with the potential returns. The reward should be commensurate with the amount of work done. Untoward is adjective, contrary to what is expected or desired, difficult, inconvenient, or unfavorable. The untoward weather conditions caused flight cancellations and delays. The untoward side effects of the medication made the patient feel worse. The untoward incident at the party ruined the mood and made everyone leave early. The untoward economic situation resulted in job losses and financial hardship. The untoward behavior of the employee led to disciplinary action.
Travesty as adjective. A false, absurd, or distorted representation or imitation of something. A ludicrous or comically exaggerated version of something. The singer's performance was a travesty of the original song. The film adaptation was a travesty of the beloved book. The politician's proposal was a travesty of justice. The CEO's decision to lay off workers was a travesty of corporate responsibility. The restaurant's attempt at haute cuisine was a travesty of culinary art.
Officious as adjective. Intrusive or meddlesome in offering unsolicited assistance. Overly eager or forward in offering help, advice, or services. The officious neighbor kept interfering in their affairs. The officious waiter kept coming to the table, interrupting their conversation. The officious employee kept trying to micromanage the project. The officious salesman wouldn't stop trying to sell them additional products. The officious security guard wouldn't let them enter the building without a pass. Detrimental as adjective. Causing harm, injury, or damage. Having a harmful effect or impact. Smoking is known to have detrimental effects on your health. The lack of sleep can be detrimental to your cognitive abilities. The company's decision to cut corners was ultimately detrimental to its reputation. The use of pesticides can be detrimental to the environment and wildlife. The team star player getting injured would be detrimental to their chances of winning. Economical as adjective. Careful and prudent in the use of resources, especially money. Relating to the management of financial resources or expenditures. The new dishwasher was very economical, using less water and electricity than the old one. The small car was more economical than the larger SUV, getting better gas mileage. The company made an economical decision to outsource some of their work to save money. The student lived an economical lifestyle, buying used books and cooking at home instead of eating out. The hotel offered an economical package deal for families on a budget. Pecuniary as adjective. Concerned with the acquisition or management of money or wealth. Relating to money, finance, or wealth. The company's pecuniary success was due in part to its aggressive marketing strategies. The lawyer's advice was motivated by his own pecuniary interests. The politician was accused of accepting pecuniary gifts from lobbyists. The pecuniary benefits of the new job were too good to pass up. The company's pecuniary policies were criticized for being too focused on short-term profits. Dogmatic as adjective. Expressing opinions or beliefs in a manner that is authoritarian or unyielding, without being willing to listen to others or consider alternative perspectives. Strictly adhering to a particular set of principles or beliefs, often without considering alternative views or evidence. The professor was very dogmatic in his teaching style and refused to consider alternative viewpoints. The political leader was criticized for his dogmatic approach to policymaking. The religious leader's dogmatic beliefs caused controversy among his followers. The artist rejected the dogmatic rules of traditional painting and experimented with new techniques. The company's dogmatic culture stifled creativity and innovation among employees. Aberrant as adjective. Abnormal or deviant. Departing from an accepted standard or normal. The biologist discovered an aberrant gene in the DNA sequence. Her aberrant behavior raised concerns among her coworkers. The aberrant weather conditions caused havoc across the region. The athlete's aberrant performance was attributed to an injury sustained during training. The painting's aberrant style caught the attention of the art critics. Decorous as adjective. Conforming to good taste and propriety in manners or behavior, in accordance with what is socially or culturally acceptable. The guests at the formal dinner wore decorous attire, including tuxedos and evening gowns. The speaker maintained a decorous tone during the debate, avoiding personal attacks. The judge admonished the lawyer for failing to behave in a decorous manner in the courtroom. The restaurant had a decorous atmosphere, with soft lighting and elegant decor. The teacher praised the students for their decorous behavior during the school assembly. Provisional as adjective. Incomplete or lacking finality, subject to further revision or improvement. Temporary or interim. Intended to be in effect only until a more permanent arrangement is made. The team has been playing under a provisional coach since the resignation of the head coach. The company made a provisional agreement with its union workers for a new contract. The provisional license allows new drivers to practice driving with certain restrictions. The provisional results of the election show a tight race between the two candidates. The provisional plan for the new building has been approved by the City Council. Wanting as adjective. Insufficient or inadequate in quantity or quality. Lacking or in need of something. The product's quality was wanting, causing customers to return it. The service was wanting, and the customers left dissatisfied. His apology was wanting, and he needed to make amends. Her work was good, but it was wanting in terms of creativity. The hotel's amenities were wanting compared to its high price. Maudlin as adjective. Overly sentimental or weepy, especially in a way that is considered insincere or exaggerated. He became maudlin after a few drinks and started crying about his lost love. The maudlin tone of the song brought back memories of a sad time in her life. She always becomes maudlin on her birthday, reminiscing about the past. The book's maudlin ending left readers feeling unsatisfied. The maudlin movie made everyone in the theater cry. Invidious as adjective. Offensive or provocative to the senses, morally or mentally. Unfairly discriminatory or tending to rouse ill will or resentment. His invidious comments about her appearance were hurtful and unnecessary. The hiring process was criticized for its invidious bias against older job applicants. The media's invidious portrayal of certain groups can lead to harmful stereotypes and prejudice. She was uncomfortable with the invidious comparison her supervisor made between her work and that of her colleagues. The company's invidious practices of underpaying and overworking its employees were exposed by an investigative journalist. Efficacious as adjective. Effective or capable of producing the intended outcome. Having the power to produce the desired effect or result. The medication was very efficacious, providing relief from the symptoms within hours. The lawyer's arguments were very efficacious, winning the case for his client. The new cleaning product was more efficacious than the old one, removing even tough stains. The exercise program proved to be very efficacious in improving the patient's overall health. The company's new marketing strategy was efficacious in increasing sales. Grandiloquent as adjective. Pompous or extravagant in language, style, or manner, especially in a way that is intended to impress. His grandiloquent speeches were full of flowery language and exaggerated claims. The politician's grandiloquent promises were met with skepticism by the public. The salesman's grandiloquent pitch failed to convince the customer to buy the product. The artist's grandiloquent style was a reflection of his desire to create something unique and memorable. The writer's grandiloquent prose was admired by some, but criticized by others for being too ornate. Insufferable as adjective. Intolerably annoying, unpleasant, or irritating. Unbearably arrogant or conceited. The heat was insufferable during the summer months. Her constant complaining was insufferable to her co-workers. The arrogant attitude of the celebrity was insufferable to the public. The long lines and delays at the airport were insufferable for the passengers. The movie was so insufferable that many people left the theater before it ended.
Lethargic as adjective, feeling sluggish and lacking energy or vigor, slow in action or response, sluggish. The hot weather made the dog lethargic and uninterested in play. The long hours of work made the employee feel lethargic and unmotivated. The illness left the patient feeling lethargic and weak. The sedative medication caused the patient to feel lethargic and drowsy. The heat and humidity made the athlete feel lethargic and drained of energy.
Ravenous as adjective. Extremely hungry and having a strong desire or craving for food. Possessing a voracious appetite. The company's profits were ravenous, as they gobbled up competitors and expanded rapidly. After a long hike, the group was ravenous and devoured their lunch. The ravenous dog gobbled up the entire steak in one bite. The starving refugees were ravenous for food and water. The fans were ravenous for new music from their favorite band. Erratic as adjective. Inconsistent, irregular, or unpredictable in behavior or quality. Not following a consistent or predictable pattern. The stock market has been quite erratic lately, with prices going up and down unpredictably. Her behavior became increasingly erratic after the death of her husband. The airline apologized for the flight delay caused by an erratic weather pattern. The musician's erratic style and unconventional compositions made him a cult figure. The car's engine started making an erratic noise, indicating a potential problem. Ready to boost your English? Meet our vocabulary app, the fun and effective way to master the language. Books learn advanced words with examples and audio. Direct hit master idioms, proverbs, and phrasal verbs. Video game enjoy quizzes, flashcards, and pronunciation tests. Glow showing Europe, Africa translate into 100+ languages, all in one app. Did you learn new words? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my channel. Download now and start your journey to vocabulary mastery.